Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa, and welcome to episode 344 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show's on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe on your favorite and leave a review. To start, let's talk game releases. There were no big games out last week, and the games coming out this week include Buffet Boss, Tavern Manager Simulator, The Nom, Fight for America, Parking Jam, Real Boxing 2 Remastered, Raptor Revolution, and Foot Clinic. Now on to last week's biggest news stories, and during a holiday week, not much news, but we have 4 to go over. Number 1, new Xbox Game Pass games for 2026 and beyond. Cass Eiler Stevenson at True Achievements writes, I've updated the new Xbox Game Pass games for 2026 with anything revealed in the Game Awards, as well as smaller bits of news revealing January selections. I've added relevant dates to the games that saw announcements, as well as we shuffled our unknown release windows into various parts of 2026 depending on the information available. Here are a list of upcoming Xbox Game Pass games. January 2026, Mio Memories in Orbit and Nova Roma. February 2026, Menace and High on Life 2. March 2026, Replaced. Spring 2026, Erosion. Q1 2026, Roadside Research and Tanuki Pond Summer. 2026 release window, Gears of War E-Day, Halo Campaign Evolved, Forza Horizon 6, Fable, Vampire Crawlers, Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, Mixtape, Aphelion, Witchbrook, Subnautica 2, Freestyle Football 2, Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf, Super Meat Boy 3D, There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, At Fate's End, Armistice, Beast of Reincarnation, TCG Card Shop Simulator, Snap and Grab, Dench Attack, Tropico 7, Wildkin, Bistro, and Echo Generation 2. 2028 is Arc 2. Unknown, State of Decay 3, Persona 4 Revival, Raj Kali Yuga, Darkwood 2, Oasis, Sledding Game, Sleight of Hand, Crow's Warn, Nirvana Noir, Echo Weaver, Vapor World, Way to the Woods, Clockwork Revolution, Harmonium, The Musical, Bushidin Marauders, and Buckshot Roulette. Yes, 2026 is about to be a huge year for Xbox. They're bringing back the burger, shake, and fries, a new Gears, a new Halo, a new Forza, and even sprinkling in a new Fable if everything hits its release. We're probably another week or 2 away from finding out the January Developer Direct, a reveal show that they've been doing now for 3 years, and they continue to nail it with the format of the show, how they present everything, and the surprise every year. So I can't wait to find out more about that. As terms of this list, I think still at the top of my list that I'm most interested in is Clockwork Revelation. That game just looks so dang cool, and I've never played in an Exile game before, so I can't wait to see more of that game, but I would not expect it for 2026, sadly. Number 2, Microsoft debunks that it sets a 30% profit margin goal for Xbox games. Tom Anderson at Insider Gaming writes, Microsoft has debunked past claims that it has told its gaming division, Xbox, that it must target a 30% profit margin. The debunking came as part of a new CNBC report that spoke with Microsoft about multiple issues and reports the company has seen over the past year. CNBC acknowledges that a Bloomberg report said Microsoft has set its gaming division, Xbox, with the ambitious goal of achieving a 30% profit margin, which has led to layoffs and canceled projects. According to Bloomberg, the target was set by Microsoft Chief Financial Officer Amy Hood, who said that the 30% target was accountability margins across the company, including Xbox. The report was subsequently backed by other industry figures who said that they heard similar news of the ambitious targets. The 30% target is much higher than the industry standard, which averages 17 to 22%. In response to the rumor, Microsoft reportedly told CNBC that while the company does set ambitious goals, the reported 30% profit margin target was incorrect. Xbox has had a tough year with thousands of jobs impacted and several projects canceled, including the initiatives Perfect Dark, Rare's Everwild, and ZeniMax MMO under the codename Blackbird. Last week it was announced that Xbox would not be having an Xbox Wrap this year due to budget constraints. It's currently unclear whether Bloomberg will redact or offer more insight into Microsoft's ambitious goals, but should we get information, we will update this article. I thought this was important given how viral this was going on. I don't know how there were so many sources backing this 30% profit margin report a few months ago, but Xbox did come out and deny it. But nonetheless, yes, it has been a tough year, and specifically so bummed about the initiative's Perfect Dark. That game looked so good. Number 3, after originally being revealed in 2020, Arc 2 has been delayed again until 2028. Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle writes, The studio behind Ark Survival Evolved has announced a major delay for the game's sequel, saying it's still another 3 years away. Ark 2 was originally announced at the Game Awards ceremony back in 2020, with the trailer showing Fast and Furious star Vin Diesel battling dinosaurs and tribal enemies. The game had originally been planned for a 2023 release, but in April 2023, developer Studio Wildcard announced that it had pushed back to 2024, with a remaster of the first game called Ark Survival Ascended instead coming in late 2023. Now with that 2024 release window clearly come and gone, Studio Wildcard has announced that Ark 2 will be released in 2028, 5 years after its original release window and 8 years after its Game Awards debut. Before then, the studio claims to continue releasing new content for Ark Survival Ascended, including a major expansion called Legacy of Santiago, which is planned for the end of 2027. This is just a bewildering story. Why did you even announce this game if it's not even close to being released for another now 8 years? The big reveal of Vin Diesel and company? Truly, truly wild story. And number 4, a very sad one. Legendary game designer Vince Zampella has suddenly died aged 55. Ben Carey up your Xbox Rights. We have some very sad news to report on this evening as it's emerged that legendary game designer Vince Zampella, the figurehead behind some of the most influential first-person shooters of the last 2 decades, has suddenly died in a car accident aged 55. As reported on by NBC, Zampella passed away on Sunday, December 21st in Southern California. The southbound car, a Ferrari, veered off the road, hit a concrete barrier, and a passenger was ejected, the California Highway Patrol said. Both the driver and passenger are reported to have died. Zampella was the lead designer on some of the biggest and most critically acclaimed AAA video games since the turn of the millennium. He led development on 2002's Medal of Honor Allied Assault, Call of Duty's Infinity Ward team for releases from 2003 through 2009, the Titanfall franchise, Apex Legends, and the Star Wars Jedi series, and more. His most recent contribution to the industry was heading up Battlefield Studios on 2025's smash hit Battlefield 6. Zampella's impact on video games has been absolutely massive over his 2+ decades leading development teams in the industry, and his work will live on in the hearts and minds of fans for years to come. Truly a sad and just awful story. I mean, this man is credited with some of my most beloved and cherished video game memories, specifically Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, that me and the boys could not get off of in the days of high school and beyond. Just absolutely heartbroken to hear this story. Shout out to Vince Zampella and all the good that he did. As always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox, and were you wondering what the 10 worst rated video games of 2025 were, according to Metacritic? Well, shout out to Fraser Gilbert at Pure Xbox. Here are the 10 worst rated video games of 2025 according to Metacritic. Number 10, Fast and Furious Arcade Edition with a 45. Scar Lead Salvation with a 44. Cubite Classics Glover, 44. Ambulance Life A Paramedic Simulator, 44. Tamagotchi Plaza Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, 43. Gore Doctor, 40. Spy Drops, 39. Blood of Moran, 38. Fire Emblem Shadows, 37. And with a 28 on Metacritic, Mind's Eye. Just absolutely crazy that Mind's Eye was the worst reviewed game according to Metacritic in 2025. Considering what that game is from, which is Leslie Benzies, which was a key producer on the Grand Theft Auto franchise. And they were really amping this game up to be one of the next big things, and it just absolutely plummeted. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast service, share with your friends, leave a review, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, I've nearly finished my journey in Pokemon Scarlet, trying to wrap that game up, finished Doom the Dark Ages, and some more Ark Raiders, as always, if the boys are on. My name is Brandon Rose. You can follow me on Xbox at Frozen93. Hope you all had a great Christmas. Happy holiday week. Stay safe. Enjoy your New Year's. And we'll be back in 2026. Keep on gaming.